Hello everybody and welcome to an edition of Cooking with Matt. Well, actually this is more of a review or actually a comparison video. I haven't bought meat at the grocery store. I think it's been 5 years now. It's been a long time. And I specifically haven't bought duck at a grocery store. Oh my God, it's over 5 years. And I was at the grocery store picking up my monthly coffee and cheese the other day. And because it's after Thanksgiving, they had a whole bunch of duck. And I thought to myself, I'm raising the best duck you can taste here. But I'm really curious because it's been so long since I've had farm duck. Commercial farm duck specifically, and I saw them there in the freezer department. I thought I'm going to buy one and cook it up and see what the difference in taste is, because I've eaten at least 200 ducks here on this property that I've raised myself. So I don't need to cook one up and have them side by side. I pretty well know what mine tastes like, but I wanted to cook one up exactly the same way as I cook mine up and see what the difference is. This one weighs 4.79 pounds, 2.12 kilos, I think is exactly what it was. It's a little bit smaller. It's about a pound smaller, than my ducks. They say it's a young duck, and they say it's grade A. But this is a farm duck. This is a duck that doesn't get at the water, doesn't, free range. It is strictly, this is a grain-fed duck. So it's going to be really interesting what it tastes like. So I'm going to prepare it here like I normally do and throw it in the oven and set the timer and see what I come up with tonight for supper. I'm really curious on what it's going to be like. I honestly have no idea what this is going to taste like. All right, the instructions in the back are actually identical to what I would do with my own duck. Same temperature, same length of time. They want you to stuff it and things like that, but I don't bother doing that. I just spice it the way I'm going to spice it, like I spice all my duck, and we'll see what happens. All right, here we go. I still can't believe that this duck weighs 4.7 pounds. It's so tiny. Let's just see what we got here. Oh, we got some little pieces. Oh, Dougie gets a neck. They take their neck off of there, so it's got a slit in it. That's bizarre. It's got a different smell too. Yeah, does it ever have a totally different smell, guys? Yeah, it's like almost a fishy smell. It's bizarre, actually. Well, I'm gonna wash it out because it's not my duck, so I don't know. The breast meat is really small. It's going to be interesting to see what it does for my hunger tonight. Actually, once I get it out of the package, it starts getting longer here. That package really sucks it up. Oh, is it ever tiny? Okay, that's a no. There's nothing on this duck. Actually, it feels really bony. What a difference, man. I think I might buy another one of these after we'll see what it's like tonight, and do a thaw out and do an actual comparison side by side, and I'll just cook 2 ducks at once. Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Maybe I'll eat this thing and I'll feel sorry for it that it tastes terrible and it lived a miserable life trapped in a barn. Yeah, it doesn't even have a lot of meat around the back end here. Mine are much meatier around the back end. Like a hell of a lot more meat, actually. Alright, well, I'm going to spice it up and get this happening here. Okay, that's ridiculous, guys. That's the liver that's in this. That's nothing. The liver in my ducks? I thought the liver in my duck was small. My duck liver's 5 to 8 times bigger than that. Maybe 10 times bigger than that. That's ridiculous, actually. Yeah, it's really, holy mackerels. That's bad. I'm not feeling too good about this now. It has no, how would I say, solid feel to it, guys. It's Jello. That's what it's like. It's like a jello. It's got no firmness to it. Like when I put my ducks in here, they stay in their shape. Like when I put this guy in, he like goes flat, like a pancake. That's what it's like. The duck goes pancake on me here. So that tells me that because it's a farm duck, you know, farm ducks don't run. Their ligaments and their tendons aren't as strong. That the bird's not being held together. Now, some people like that because it's tender. I personally don't like it because it's mushy. So that means, but it also means the meat is mushy. All right, well, I'll spice it up here, and I just can't believe it's like a gelatin bird. Well, I'm gonna spice her up exactly the way I do my own duck. No difference. I just can't believe how it's so mushy. Look at this. Okay, I just want to show you this, guys. Look at that. Look at that leg. Just like no firmness at all to it. So it's going to be a $13 experiment that I'm going to go, okay, yeah, it sucks. I shouldn't say that before I get the outcome. But I'm telling you, I can't believe it. It's like right here, it's all caved in. My duck, there's a big piece of meat right there on my ducks. Because I eat the back, and it's like a meal in itself, the legs and the back. And there's nothing on this. Like I can feel the bone right there. It's just like rib cage. Alright, well, I'll put it in the oven and set the timer. I'm still in shock, guys, how it's like, it's just jello. It's like, I put my ducks in and they're like solid, like Arnold Schwarzenegger build to them, you know, they're like on steroid type look to them, you know, bodybuilder duck. This is like some couch potato duck. Well, it's going to be interesting how this cooks up. Well, guys, I'm going to be safe here and set it for 215 because there's no way that would take 2.5 to 3 hours like the package says. I am blown away how scrawny it is. Man. You guys, I'm going to put a link below on my video, my other duck videos, and you can see what a real duck looks like. Alright, I'm going to set the timer and go outside and do my duck chores. And don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends and enjoy the show. Okay, there's 48 minutes left, which is normally I flip it, you know, once around either the last 30 minutes, the last 40 minutes. So I just want to look. I just can't believe, man, it's like a pancake. Actually, look at that, guys. It's flat. I don't know if I got that in the video. The duck has actually gone flat. That's the most bizarre thing. It's got to be my veggies. It's got to be the fact that it's a farm duck, and that my ducks, because they're free range, you know, the meat is so firm and the ligaments are firm, and the bird's just a firm bird. That's the only thing that makes any sense. This is going to be interesting what this tastes like. I end up letting it go 2.5 hours because I took it out at 2:15 and it had still the uncooked jello look to it. A bizarre looking bird. So, and the chest all caved in. It's just bizarre looking. I'm hoping the skin doesn't look that crispy. And I don't want to cook it anymore because I don't want it to burn. Because it's only a little bird. This is what doesn't make any sense, because like a 5-pound bird for me is 2.5 hours and this is 4.7. So it like technically should be cooked. Well, I'll cut the breast off like I usually do, and we'll see what the breast meat looks like. It's much softer. It's got a plus when it was cooking, it had a weird smell to it. The most bizarre smell in the house. Not a nice smell. It wasn't. It did not smell good like my duck. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased here, but I'm just telling you, it's like I can't even find the breastbone in this. Okay, that's weird. Usually I can just follow the knife along the breastbone. I don't know what breed of duck this is. Yeah, it's a tiny breast. This is ever small.
I've never had a breast that small, actually. What a difference. And it's hard to find the bone because it's so soft. It's weird. It's got to be a slightly different breed that it's got a different build to it compared to what I'm used to. Because I've cut, you know, like probably 200 of these birds apart. I've never had this much problem. Just too bad you can't have smell-o-vision on the internet, because I really would like you guys to know the difference, because I'm smelling a huge difference. Like, that's a little tiny breast. I'd say compared to a normal 5 pound, 5.5 pound duck that I would have, that breast, the two of those probably, it would take 3 of those to be equal to 2 of mine. I might end up eating those. We'll see shortly here. Because I don't think there's that much on this bird. Because normally that's what I would eat, but there's nothing on the back of it because it's all bone on the back. Yeah, she's falling apart. She's definitely cooked. Yeah, she's definitely cooked. Okay. Doesn't come apart like mine. Like, you know, I can pull the leg off and everything comes off. Okay. Well, you guys can't tell what I'm about to do, but I'll tell you. Trust me. Skin's much thinner. Not near as crispy though. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's like store-bought chicken texture. It's very mushy. Not near as big either. The legs are really small on it, but it's more of a mushy meat, not a firm meat, you know, like a free range. But that's the difference between grocery store meat and free range meat. When you lock an animal up and you just feed it and it's not allowed to run, you get, you know, a lot of people call it tender meat. I just call it really mushy meat. I like my meat a little more firm. But it is, you know, it's tasty. It's duck. Skin's not even remotely close to the same level though. Skin's a little bit rubbery. And I wouldn't want to cook it anymore because, as you can tell, the bone, you know, came right out. I've never had that happen. But the skin is nowhere near, not even remotely close. The meat's good, but skin sucks bad. Now, fat. How much fat's in the roasting pan? Not a lot of fat, guys. Very low fat content. Oh, Doug. Doug's getting a carcass, but first I gotta eat the meat off the carcass. Alright guys, that's it. I'm gonna go and chow down on it, and that's the so the duck situation compared to mine. Skin sucks, bar none. It's a 2, mine's a 10. The meat, if you compare it by tenderness, you know, mushiness, it beats mine hands down, but for firmness and strong flavor, mine beats it hands down. Different kind of raising method. Still good though. I'll enjoy it. Alright, that's it. Final review. The more I ate it, the more it has a funny taste. I don't know if it's the feed they're feeding it, the duck, but it definitely did not taste like duck. Well, not the duck that I'm used to. It had a really funny taste, and the skin, the more I ate it, especially the skin on the back, was very rubbery. Not rubbery, but it was like it was crispy, but then it went soft. I don't know, because of the moisture in the meat. I've never had it happen to me with mine. My duck, the skin stays crispy, and I cooked this 2.5 hours for a 4.7 pound duck, and you know, considering I do a 5.2 pound duck at 2.5 hours of my own, so that doesn't make any sense. And if anything, my duck should really take longer because it's a denser meat. Bottom line is, I do not recommend buying commercial farm duck. It sucks, guys. I'm sorry. And you probably will never be able to eat one of my ducks, which I'm sorry about that too, because you're really getting burnt bad, because my duck rocks. And I'm not saying that just because it's my duck. I'm saying it because it honestly rocks. This was like comparing free-range chicken to Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's what I would compare it to. It just sucked. I've actually got a bad taste in my mouth. There's an aftertaste. So that's my review on King Cole duck, farm duck. It sucks.
Something I've never had to do after eating a meal, but I actually had to go brush my teeth to get the taste of the duck out of my mouth. That was just disgusting. The more I was walking around the house here, I gave Doug the carcass, and I was walking around, and my mouth was just a bad taste. I don't know what they fed that duck, but man, what a difference compared to free range. I forgot what farm duck tastes like. It's disgusting. And don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends.